This evening, we're heading to my old haunted apartment. It's a house turned duplex that was built in 1912, and the history is just a bit unknown to me. I haven't been able to find much in my searching over the years. So tonight, I'm taking you all with me in hopes of getting more information. I've always been drawn to the unexplained and paranormal, so how perfect for me to end up somewhere like this. All right, I've officially moved out. Tomorrow is my last day. I hand my key over. This is my famously haunted apartment. If you don't know the story, I'll tell you about it. Basically, I moved in here maybe a little over 5 years ago. I think it's been about that long. As I was signing the lease, my friend that was standing next to me went, "Did you know that Alex is actually a witch?" to the guy that I was signing the lease to. I think he was the management company. The management guy is like, "Hey, you wanna know something cool about this apartment?" And I was like, "Sure, I'd love to." And he goes on to tell me that no one has ever stayed a full lease in this complex. And I was curious as to why, and he said he had no idea other than they think it's because it's haunted. People have moved out and packed everything in the middle of the night. They've broken their leases. No one's ever renewed. It's just gotten kind of ridiculous to the point where a landlord called a shaman to come and cleanse the place. I've never heard of anything like that in my life. Like, you had to call a shaman? So he told me not to worry because they called a shaman. I don't know what that means, but I can tell you when I moved in, stuff started happening immediately. This house was built in 1912. It's an older historic building. There's lots of really cool historic houses in the neighborhood. I have a few little things still that I have left behind, so I'm not completely moved out besides these cute little, what I call them, wards. If you listened to the Ghosted podcast, the episode I was on with Roz, I talked about this specific thing. I love that I live in a haunted house.
But like, how do you keep them in one section? Like, are they physically not allowed to leave? I mean, I guess physically is not the right word, but like, is it a conscious thing where they're like, I'm not allowed to go over there? Or is it like an electric fence where like if they go over there, they get zapped?
Could you imagine that old lady walking through the threshold and just like...
Hi, dear. I made you some muffins.
I was cleaning the kitchen and... Yeah, she has shut cabinets before. She's sweet, but her son does some weird stuff around the house. It's mainly just for him, because I've never had a problem with her.
Oh, I like her. I'm not sure about him.
If you haven't listened to that episode yet, I highly recommend it so you can hear the story behind this. Anyways, this was just for protection, and I want to ask them about that to see if it actually did work or not, and if they would answer, that'd be pretty amazing. So since moving in on this side, I've actually had a lot more activity than when I lived on that side. That side, a TV fell off the wall. I had like a book or two. Some other things like that happened. But over here, you will straight up see apparitions. You will see the outline of somebody walking by. I just did right now. I think they know I've come to finally investigate because I've been telling them since I've been moving out, like started packing and stuff, not to worry that I'm actually going to come back. I'm going to say hi. I'm going to let them have their moment to say hi too. From what I've gathered from my intuition, I believe that there is an older woman that lives here along with a late 30s, early 40s guy. And I think they might be related. I think that might be her son or grandson, something like that. I'm not sure how they're related to the property, if they owned this house, if they're a part of the land itself. I'm not quite sure, and I'm hoping that we'll get some answers, honestly, because I've lived here for 5 years and I've had no idea. I've never interacted with them on purpose because I never wanted to maybe open that door, especially if I was living here. I wanted it to be peaceful because I already investigate in my day-to-day. When I first moved here, they didn't feel very peaceful. Hence, all the things I did to make sure that my bedroom was nice and safe. Especially from the late 30s, early 40s man, because he follows me around, or he did a lot when I first moved in, and he creeps me out. She doesn't creep me out as much, he creeps me out. So that's who we're gonna try to talk to tonight, and hopefully get some answers. As far as I found, there's no history other than what the landlord management company told me, and it was that it's very haunted and no one will stay a full lease. So let me give you the tour. This is my bedroom, was my bedroom. This is the living room, that's the kitchen. It's a very old unit, I loved it. Then the bathroom and the hallway are down here. I turned the AC off, all of the fans are off. Anything that could make different noises while we're investigating has been turned off. I checked the faucets. I'm gonna close all the windows. Oh my God, I'm so excited! You guys don't even know. I've been wanting to investigate this place for so long and now I finally get to. I'll be right back. Let's just set this up first. If you don't know what this is a proximity meter. It works the same way as a REM pod, it just doesn't have the temperature gauge. Basically, it basically has its own little field around the antenna, and if you enter that field, it sets it off. We also have the millimeter on us, which has temperature. So if there's any fluctuations, I'll be able to see, along with an EMF reading, which is super nice. And then of course, we brought the fan favorite, the spirit box. I took the antenna off. And a little bit of water just for me. My name is Alex. You and I have lived side by side for some time. And I'm leaving, I'm moving locations. And you can't come with me. But I wanted to say goodbye in a proper way, so I brought all my gear. And if you'd like to communicate with me, this is how you can do so. You can walk over to this and touch it, and it'll make it go off. There's no reason to be afraid of it. This also has a built-in REM pod. Just a reminder, I am completely alone while filming this. Like, girl, it's already happening. That motion activated ball is going off, which is so exciting because I've been waiting to talk to these spirits for a long time. Will you touch one of these devices just to say hi? What about the spirit box? Yes to the spirit box? Okay. Do you have anything you want to say to me? Probably not. That's okay. You don't want to talk to me? I understand. I haven't wanted to talk to you since I moved in, so I get it. Historically, this makes sense, and I've always been sensitive to it in my interactions with them and how I go about existing in a space where we both coexist. Are you asking what my name is? It's Alex. You remember my face? Are you happy that I'm moving out? Don't leave. I'm sorry, I have to. So I don't know who this other spirit is. She has not shown herself to me in the time that I've lived here, and my guess is because she doesn't like me, which is fine. But this is new. Do you and your mother live here? This is my family. Was this your family home? It's the first time I've ever captured two spirits interacting like that. I'm loving the sass. I'm here for it. This is actually hilarious. I want to say thank you to the older woman that lives here for being sweet. I don't know if that was intentional. I think the man said thank you after I said that. I know sarcasm when I hear it. Can you tell me, did the wards I put on my doorway, did that stop you from entering and bothering me? Having confirmation that these actually worked is incredible. I think a lot of us witches love hearing that, especially straight from spirit communication. That's pretty cool. Truly, we do have all the power, and these simple little things are just rituals to amplify and remind ourselves to keep that energy strong. All you have to do is really just say, this is my room, no one's allowed in it, and the energy will sink into the walls, and you will have a protected space, and you won't have to worry anymore. We're very powerful. Can one of you please touch one of these devices for me? One of the balls, one of these. No? Is it too hard to? I'm going to take the ward down from my doorway. I think we're gonna go into my room. I am very appreciative that the ghosts that reside here were kind and they respected my boundaries, and I hope you felt that I respected yours. I did a lot of growing here. I let go of a lot of toxic things that I held in my life still. I went through a lot of relationships. I did a lot of crying here. I'm sure you've witnessed a lot of things with me. This was kind of the catalyst to big changes. And I guess thanks for being there and not scaring me all the time. Living here was a real experience. Can any of the spirits that reside in this house move either of these balls or touch that or touch the REM pod out there? I took the ward off of the doorway, but I genuinely think this room is instilled with so much energy of my own that it still feels great in here. I don't feel anything in here. Yeah, I think they're still out there. Ooh, I'm nervous, that's good. Because I can already feel it. There was a spike on the millimeter just then. All right. Will you touch one of these devices to let me know that you want me to turn this back on? This device where you could speak to me through? That's okay. If you don't have enough energy to make that go off, that is fine. Thank you. Can you tell me your name? It sounded like Jacob right off the bat. But it was a woman's voice. Is your name Jacob? It's cool. Hi Jacob. What's your mom or grandmother's name? Jacob again? Is her name Jacob? Or something like Jacob? It's nice to know your names. Do you think I'm a witch? Thank you for being kind to me while I was here. Things are good. Moving was intense. I hope that you felt like living with you was peaceful. dead? Yeah. You are dead. I'm sorry if you didn't know that. It hurt? Can you tell me your name? Alex, thank you. It's nice to talk to you. Do you have anything you want to say to me before I leave? You're fun, thank you. Do you love this house? Well, I'm going to leave soon. This is our final goodbye. You won't forget me? That's sweet. Thanks for being nice to me. Just a reminder to the entities and spirits that reside here, you cannot follow me. This is the last you'll see of me. I might come by if a friend lives here, but you cannot attach yourself to me in any way. When I walk out that door, it will sever all my ties to you. I wish you all the best in your realm. Thanks for talking to me tonight. It was a lot of fun to finally say something, get to know your name. I appreciate you both for being respectful of my boundaries. It's hard to find in a house ghost, so appreciate it. All right, let's turn on the lights. That was really amazing. I thought it would maybe just be the proximity meter going off a couple times and that was it, but we got full on responses. We had a conversation and that is so special. I'm gonna miss it, you know? It really has changed my life. I'm a different person from when I moved in here. I'm not gonna cry. Those of us that are neurodivergent understand how difficult it is to change anything. And this apartment facilitated change in so many ways with me. Facilitated growth in ways far beyond my imagination. Partly because therapy, we love therapy, and just living for myself for once, you know? And these energies, this place was healing. I don't know, this place is just really special to me. I'll see you later. Mwah. Bye, old apartment. I'm gonna miss this place, but there are plenty of other haunted apartments for me to find. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you all have a great rest of your week.